What's up, guys? Hope all is well with you. Happy Thursday. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you something. If I had some pearls, guys, like around my neck, I would be clutching my pearls right now because I am in so awe and shock over this Derrick Jaxn, I think his name, he's a YouTuber situation. What's up? I'm in shock. Now, I will tell you, I don't follow him. Yes, I do YouTube. I have my own platform. But I've watched a couple of his videos. But I'm going to tell you something. Something about Derrick Jaxn didn't seem right with me. I would watch his videos. Some things he would make valid points. Some things you'd be like, I remember seeing a car scene. I'm like, is this dude married? Is this dude got a girlfriend? I used to question that. Like, okay. You know how you just pass through YouTube videos and I just glanced at it. Okay, I'm not sold and move on. But listen, yesterday when I woke up to the YouTube streets and they was talking about Derrick Jaxn out here had a whole affair on his wife. Then it was insinuating that he got somebody pregnant. Then he was insinuating he has like many side chicks. And then to hear all of that, I just couldn't believe it. I just did not want to believe it. I was like, wow. But that goes to show you guys that people are human. They are not perfect. We are not perfect. But honey, it's one thing to make a mistake, but to do something in this situation where you making tons and like many mistakes, you got a side chick here, you got a side chick there. And I'm gonna tell you something. Derrick Jaxn did a video with his wife. Yo, I felt bad for that wife. That wife looks broken. I don't remember her name, but she looks so broken. First of all, if you have to pay attention, guys, to body language. You have to pay attention to what they're saying. You have to see and feel intuition. I would say mainly more of a woman's intuition. Does this make sense? Does this sound right? And I'm looking at her body language, as well as his. She came out there in a bonnet. She came out there, and this is no shade to her. Don't get it twisted, guys. She came out there in a bonnet. She came out there in a sweatshirt, no bra on. And her husband, Derrick Jaxn, came out there with a nice sweater on, and you know, he's cut and built, and it's just like, what? You know, you like, what? First of all, why would you let your wife come out there looking like that when this is the first time that you decided, when a scandal happens, that you're presenting this to the world? This is really not a scandal. This is more like truth exposed. You're presenting her to the world. And then, guys, I will tell you, I am Christian. But what I don't condone is when people get in craziness that they want to put it all in God's hands, meaning, you know, we did this because God is such and such. Listen, God does not like stuff like that. He doesn't like to be blamed for the stuff that you did, you know? So I'm just like, what? It's repercussions for doing stuff like that. And I think people don't really realize it. Watching that video of him trying to justify, and he's so-called come out and say, yeah, you know, I did this, I did that. It wasn't believable. I felt like Derrick Jaxn will sleep with another woman. He will cheat on his wife. He will do his own thing. He looks very controlling. He looks like a narcissist, and she looks so heartbroken. And apparently they have been in a relationship since college. That's what people are saying. And I think they have mentioned it. But he probably saw something in her where he could take advantage of her. And let me tell you something, those type of dudes is not cool, as well as women. That's not cool. When you see somebody that you may like, or you think that you can manipulate and mold to your own character, of what you want them to be. And no, not cool at all. I personally think that in this situation, it's sad that we're even talking about this, but it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to Black people. It's an embarrassment to Black women. It's an embarrassment to Black men. It just, this whole situation got us out here looking crazy, that we can't even do good commentary and give sound advice that we also follow ourselves, not sound advice to make money, or sound advice to get some clout or whatever. It's an embarrassment to Black people, and it's a shame. I feel bad for that wife. I also feel bad for him, because he done built this whole empire, making money and all of that off of books. And let me tell you something, you see them Derrick Jaxn, what's up? You see them Derrick Jaxn, them book titles is suspect. You know, oh my goodness. I wouldn't, if I saw those book titles, I'm like, I want to buy this. This don't even sound right. Grown men deserve to be with single parents and all. It's just, yeah. The only reason why people are really talking about this situation, guys, is because he pretty much fraud his way to the top. He didn't keep it real. He wasn't really honest. He didn't come out and say, hey, I just recently got married, or this is how I found my wife, or here's my wife. You know, it would be a little bit different if he would have been organic with it, but because he wasn't and nobody knew, like a lot of people were saying Derrick Jaxn, they didn't know he was married, including me. We were like, is he married? Because it just looks out, he just came off as this super perfect person, and he's really not this perfect person. Let's keep it real, guys. Everybody in this world is not perfect. We all got issues. We all got flaws. And that's what it is. This is life, you know. But it's up to you on how you deal with those flaws, and how you come up with solutions to repair yourself and to heal yourself, and the list goes on. But this whole Derrick Jaxn situation is a hot mess. And like I said, for him to have her on camera and then to turn it over and kind of like put God in the mix. And don't get me wrong, God is good all the time. But when you're doing crazy stuff like this, and then the world sees it, and it's like you're put on stage, that is just, no. Personally, I think that she needs to divorce Derrick Jaxn. I think she needs to get serious therapy. A lot of people are now saying that she's in this occult church. You have to listen. I am all for God, but I'm not into that organized confusion, organized religion. Faith and spirituality should be something that's important to us and that we should take seriously. And I know, because we all are sinners, we're not going to take stuff so seriously until something happens, but it should be dealt with carefully and seriously. In this sense, she's gonna need a lot of help. And if you look at that church she go to, that church looks very occultist. It doesn't look like a Christian church. It just looks very Freudian. It doesn't look organic. It doesn't look real. Oh my goodness, guys. He needs to get help. It seems like Derrick Jaxn has a sex addiction, a clout addiction. The list goes on. Something happened to him, probably growing up, childhood. we don't know. What I realized when especially working in psychiatry, guys, I realized that a lot of humans, all of us walking around today that have issues, and they have trust issues, drama issues, messy issues. It's a large amount of that comes from how you were raised, and also, your childhood. Your childhood plays a big part in your personality. Not saying that if you have a bad childhood, you can't have a successful adulthood. But 9 times out of 10, when you see people walking around here flipped out, pissed off, the list goes on, it's because they had a really bad childhood and they never got help for it. And just dealing with everyday life. Let me tell you something. Life is tough, guys. It is so tough. It is not easy. You deal with a lot of different things. But it's up to you as a person to be responsible for your actions, to make the right decisions, to think about your integrity and your morals. And when you do something wrong, because we are human, we need to say sorry organically. We need to be accountable. We need to come up with a solution, get help, and move on. Honey, let me tell you something. Tasha K, the YouTuber, she is ripping Derrick Jaxn a new butthole. I'm just telling you, it's not even funny. And I also think about that situation with her. She's like the new, come on guys, she's like the new Wendy Williams. She is. Did I spill something on me? She's like the new, something on my phone. She's like the new Wendy Williams. The fact that you think it's okay to expose somebody of what they're doing in their personal life, that ain't okay. I wouldn't want that job for nothing. I wouldn't want to be a podcaster that's exposing someone's dirty dirts. Because let me tell you something. What you do and what you give out to the world, that stuff comes right back to you. So, I was listening to her. She did her research. I can't even knock her for that. She did her research. But with Tasha K, what she don't realize, she'd expose this person's life, and maybe, everything happens for a reason, but that's going to come back on her, and she's married. Oh my goodness. Trust and believe. Look at Wendy Williams, guys. It came back on Williams like tenfold. Her falling out in front of her audience, her people finding out she's getting a divorce, finding out a bunch of stuff. Yo, they need help. Listen. Then they talking about, and then after that breaking story with Jesse Jaxn, Derrick Jaxn, they talking about this dude, and he did this whole video with his wife, and people was just dragging him. They was like, oh no. They like, girl, leave him. They telling the wife, leave. Then the next day or a couple of days, Tasha K is out here with another video exposing a new side chick. Not even a boo, a new side chick that she didn't even know she was a side chick. This is a surgeon who works in healthcare, who makes lots of money, who has decided she's not a social media person. She gets her money, and she's enjoying her life, and she's a surgeon. And she meets Derrick Jaxn in the mall. He says he's someone else. He says he's a D or somebody, and he never tells the name. And because she's not on social media, she don't even know who this dude is. So she's thinking he's gorgeous and everything and got it all together, and he has no kids. She doesn't even know he has kids. And she doesn't even know he's married. And he's like, yeah, I want to get to know you and such and such. Yo. She found out somehow, because he reached out to her after he did that video with his wife. Hey, if anybody, if a blogger, anybody reach out to you, I'm just saving face. Block them and all of that. She was like, block them for what? then she finds out the person she's been dating currently, and she says currently dating, he's married, and she done got pregnant by this dude, but because she didn't want a baby, she decided to get an abortion. Yo, this is like a whole hot mess, a whole scenario, all of that. I'm just in just pure shock over this whole situation, guys. Let me tell you something. This goes to show you, don't really take advice from people that are not reputable. Derrick Jaxn, as far as I know, he don't have no license. He's not a licensed therapist. As far as I know, I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Same thing for Kevin Samuels. I mean, don't get me wrong. Certain things Kevin Samuels was saying do make sense. But then there's certain things, especially like him insulting that young girl she was really well off. She was considered a high value woman. He told her that she was going to die old and by herself. Like, yo, that's harsh and that's brutal, but you're not God. That's the problem. These people out here thinking they God, wish they God, they're not God. And they up here giving horrible advice. I told one of my brothers from college. We was talking, I think it was yesterday. I said, I never want to be that type of person where I am on my YouTube platform and I'm preaching, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to be a good person. No, I want to be the person that whatever I advise people to do, I am doing it myself. You know? You advise people to be accountable, you're going to be accountable yourself. You advise people that if they owe this or they owe that or whatever, if they did somebody wrong, they need to make it right or whatever the case is. That's just me. But to advise people on relationships and women and men, and then come to find out you have bad relationships and you're not being forthcoming. It's one thing to give relationship advice and be like, look, I wasn't perfect, guys. I don't claim myself being perfect, but this is what happened to me. Kevin Samuels ain't did that. He making it seem like he is the most high value man in the world, as well as Derrick Jaxn. And guess what? They are not. They are human. When you think about the word high value, and I kind of got it confused in the beginning. Like, oh yeah, high value. I'm thinking it on like, you value yourself and such. But usually when you think about when people say that, they're valuing what you have and what you can give. And love is more than just having and giving. Yes, you give love because you want to love somebody organically. But high value, what are you valuing? You valuing because they got a nice car, they got nice clothes. Look at Kevin Samuels. He be thinking he be doing it. He be going around with his little suits and all of that. But at the end of the day, you could dress well. You could have money in the bank. You could have a nice car. But if you're not a nice person, if you don't think about what you say or how you say it, or not even that, just being a human being and say, you know what, I'm sorry. That's what I realized. A lot of people do stuff to you, they will not say sorry. They will not. They will not say sorry. Hi, mark me. They will not say sorry. They will not be accountable. They will not come up with the solution. It's a whole hot mess. So in the situation with Kevin Samuels, like, yeah, you talk about relationships, but are you in a happy marriage? Kevin Samuels is not even married. He's not even happy. And then you have Derrick Jaxn, who is married. He can't be happy because he's cheating on his wife. What's the point of that? Oh my goodness, they're playing horrible music. So I don't understand that, guys. how you have two opposite, these are relationship people, but they can't even give you good advice. And they can't even say, hey, I am happily married. I am this, I am that. You know, it's gotta be, it's like a fraud. It's like a fronting thing. I'll continue to be kind and sweet. Yes. Listen, it doesn't cost a thing to be nice. It doesn't cost a thing to be kind and sweet. But you also got to let people know, don't take advantage. Just because I'm nice, just because I'm sweet, you are not allowed to take advantage of me. You are not allowed to manipulate me. And that's what people, you know, should be telling folks. But in this whole situation, I'm just in shock. I'm just in shock over the whole Derrick Jaxn situation. I hope he gets help. But honey, it's like side chicks upon side chicks is coming out left and right. I understand they're not speaking from current experience. I truly understand. Yeah. I'd rather, personally, in my opinion, I'd rather take advice from someone who is happily in a relationship or happily married for a very long time, and they could really give advice. Like, I like to talk to older people who has been married for 2015. I said 2015. 20, 30, 40 years. Matter of fact, I have a lot of people in my family, like older siblings, like cousins and aunts and stuff, that were married, but some of them had passed away, that were married for a very long time. I have one cousin, she's been married over 50 years. So let me tell you something. When I got married last December, even before that, I asked her, like, what are your thoughts? What advice could you give me on having a successful marriage? Because you're still married to this day, and it's over 50 years. Like, how did you do it? You know, even though I know she loves her husband and everything, she gave me real sound advice. You know, pretty much my mom was married for a very long time. My husband's parents is still married, which is a shock. When you meet black men, you find out their parent is still together. That's like amazing. Hope you got a chance to view mommy. Oh yes, let me tell you something. I speaking on another subject, I did get a chance to view it. I loved it. Loved the video. It was funny. It was good. It was good music. I like the visuals. It seemed like it took a lot of effort and time. And thank you for sending it to me. I did check it out. I watched 16 minutes of it. Yes, when people send me stuff, I watch it. So I watched it. So I meant to tell you, thank you for sending it to me to review and look at it. It was really good. Keep up the good work. I would like to actually hear the Dilla stuff that you said you kind of, I don't know if you worked on this similar to Dilla, because you know I'm a Dilla head. So I would like to hear the Dilla stuff that you have worked on. Praying my success within you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Going back to marriage. But before I go back to marriage, your video was good. I loved it. I'm going to share it. I'm going to tell you something. If I don't like something, I will let you know why I don't like it. And tell you without, you being all pissed off or whatever the case is. But I really liked your video. I just haven't got a chance to let you know. But I did. I have to show it to my husband because we're music heads. So he'll probably end up liking it. But anyway, we said, thank you, praying for much success within your union. Thank you very much. What I would tell you with that is, for me, I had a really big fear. Like, I always wanted to get married, but I had a really big fear of getting married to the wrong person. That's one, for years. And I also had a fear of heartbreak, which everybody does. And it was something else. You see all these marriages and people been married for like 20, 25 years, and you be like, they don't want to be married no more. No, they can't explain why, or they can explain why. I always had a fear for that. So in my relationship, like I said in a previous post, that I decided to have a private relationship, because I've always been private. But with seeing social media and just seeing how people are, they get married and they get divorced quick, I never wanted that for myself, you know? So I decided that I wanted a private relationship. So if it don't work, I don't got to tell nobody. I don't got to talk to nobody about it. And also, if it does work, that's all well and good. But I wanted to make sure. And what people don't understand, they may think that, oh, you took forever to get married. That wasn't the case with me. When I met, at that time, best friend, then boyfriend, then fiance, now husband. He knew probably within 6 months. He's like, oh, you know, I think I want to marry you. He didn't say think. He's like, I want to marry you. And I was like, I told him I wasn't ready. I was like, I'm not ready. But now when you think about stuff and you grow with the person 10 years later, and let me tell you something, don't get it. Like, if you meet somebody at any age, don't waste time. But if everything happened for a reason, I don't know, I just had time and patience. He had patience. But don't waste time, because, you know, if you know what you want, you know what you want. And sometimes fear can be a hold back from blessings. And you have to realize that. So now that I am married, I wish I would have got married a long time ago. But timing is everything, and everything, you know, it makes sense now. So you live and you learn. Okay, laugh aloud. Definitely understand about being careful when connecting with someone. I'm so grateful for your feedback. Yes. Mark me. How do we know each other? You know, the reason why I'm asking you this is because a lot of times I get referrals, or people hit me up to look at their videos and stuff like that. And they be like, and I ask them, and I don't really know them. Like, what I realize is that people know me, but I don't know them. Well, a majority of people. Let me tell you something. It kind of creeped me out. One day, I went to an African festival with my husband, right, in Brooklyn. And we were out there. My husband's very social. We were out there, and he knew somebody. And he was like, oh, I want to at that time I was his fiance. So he's like, oh, I want to introduce you to my fiance, right? And the dude looked at me and smiled and was like, oh, I know her. I follow her on Facebook. Her name is Tamara Lawrence. I was like, oh. Y'all, I was shocked. I was creeped out, and I was shocked, because I was like, y'all don't even know this person. I never even seen this person a day in my life. How does this person know me? You know? And I think I was so taken back that I couldn't even ask the person, like, how do you know me? You know, it was just weird. But anyway. But it's good to connect with people as long as they're not doing creepy stuff or making you feel some type of way. But anyway. I want to know, mark me, how long did it take you to do this video? Because that video looks so detailed and a lot of takes. Like, I want to know, because that's a lot of work. That video looks like something from a major label, which is a good thing. That shows you, if you are not signed with the label and you're doing this independent, that shows you that you can do everything on your own. But we started. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know. Maybe I met you when I used to manage Kev Brown, or Kev Brown. I used to manage Kev Brown. I used to manage Illa J, which is Jay Dilla's brother, and I used to manage a really dope duo group called Divine Science. So maybe out of one of those 3 artists, I probably met you through that, because a lot of people will know me from used to managing them. Yeah. But like I was saying, I wanted to know, how long did it take you to do that video? And like, was you like seriously happy like once it was all put together? Because that just seemed like a lot of work. It almost seemed like a little movie, which is dope. I like stuff like that. Anyway, I'm working on this project with my husband. He's coming out with an EP, and I like the beats a lot, so I'm excited about that. 4 months process. Wow, that's not bad for that, because usually people take longer than that because of the COVID. Oh, okay. That video looked like it took forever to do. You know, I feel like with a major label, that video would have took months to do. But that's good. 4 months, that's not bad. Okay. What I was saying. Yeah, my husband's coming out with a project, an EP, and I'm excited about it because I like the production on it. But then he kind of surprised me yesterday, asked me to do ad-libs, and I thought he was getting somebody else to do ad-libs. And let me tell you something, I never did ad-libs in my life. I just want to manage the project, but then now I'm seeing he wants to pull me in and do art stuff, like artist work. So, and then that's the same thing with the Beat Machine. I like Beat Machine, but I don't want it to be to the point where I'm gonna be in the studio. I don't know. I don't think I want to get too addicted to it where I'm in the studio and making beats, and then next you know, I crossed over into from management, artist management, to being an artist or being a music producer. But people keep asking me now after I post that video, and I'm like, oh Lord, what have I done? Not sleeping for 2 to 3 days. Well, listen, don't do that. Not sleeping for 2 to 3 days is not good when you're working on a project. I know you need to get the work done, but you gotta definitely take care of yourself. You know? Definitely gotta take care of yourself. I've seen a lot of producers, artists have great work ethics, and some people don't. But the ones that do, they will not get enough sleep. But that's not good, because by the time the project comes out, it's like, are you going to have enough energy to promote it? A lot of long nights. Yeah. But listen, when you think about that project, the video that you put out, that is like your baby. That is like a blessing. That is like a gem. That's like something no one can take. Because, honey, I was looking at the video. I like the visuals. It was sharp or whatever. And it was just phenomenal. You know who else does good videos? The Africans. People from Africa. If you ever look at, even I consider myself an African. If you ever look at the Afrobeat artists, their videos are phenomenal, like yours, Mark B. Like the visuals, the quality, their videos are like that. To me, the international videos, African videos, are better than the US videos. It just seems like they go in and they put a lot of work into it. Hey. Your hubby is discovering more wonderful skills within you. Yeah, listen. It was so funny to me. Now, remind you, I ain't never been on no one album. You know, the only album that I have had some credit for was the Grit Project with Kevin Brown and Hassan Mackey, which I was the project manager over that. Even though I don't talk to them no more, and I'm still mad with them and angry, but I have moved on for that. I wish them well. But I feel like they owe me an apology. Anyway, that is like like the credit, not the production credits, but the credits of managing that project. That was a monumental moment of mine. But like being on somebody's albums, I personally think I'm good with skits. I think I'm funny with skits and jokes and stuff like that. But we was going to the studio session. What's up, Ashanti? We was going to the studio session, and I declared, my husband told me that he had 2 female artists in mind to do these ad libs and vocals, and then now he talking about, oh yeah, I want you to do the vocals on it. I'm like, now remind you, our session is this weekend, the recording session. So I'm like, you just now telling me this now? So now I said, you know what? Send me the words, the vocal stuff, and I have to practice. So now, probably after I get off the live with you guys, I have to practice. Probably go with him. And let me tell you something. He's good with knowing sound and all of that. He's good with that. So we will see. And then, yeah, he said vocals, and then he said ad libs. Ad libs I like. Let's see. Yeah, how's going skills? I agree. Thank you. Humble with gratitude. Forgiveness is awesome. Hard. True. Hey, sis, been working with the Lost Boys DJ Unique. Got a spot on his major mixtape. Congratulations, Asante. Hope all is well with you. Asante, I haven't seen you in years. The last time I remember seeing you, Ashanti, we was at St. Aug, our alumni, in Raleigh, North Carolina, on the yard, freestyling. I was to you, Melindy, and somebody else freestyling, and I was just in the mix. But that's what's up. What's up? Cheers to positive, peaceful productiveness in your endeavors. About to head out. It was a pleasure conversing. Same to you, Mark Me, as always. Keep up the good work. I have to subscribe, Mark Me, to your YouTube channel, so I will get a chance to do so. But when I watch the video, I think when I went to like it or whatever, it said, oh, you're not logged in, so I have to do that. But thanks. But shout outs to you, Mark Me. I appreciate you, and keep in touch. And yeah, if you have another video, send it to me, and I'll try to share that video on social media. Melinda, yes, we're gonna relink. Listen, I ain't talked to Melinda's on Twitter, Ashanti. I haven't talked to Melinda in a long time. I think she's mad at me. I think she's mad at me. I haven't talked to her in a while. I think she called me and just life and being busy. But yeah, she's on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, let me know and I can link you, tag you with her. But she is down south. Anyway, I'm about to get off, guys. So I'm gonna try to now start working more on my YouTube channel. It's just a lot going on with work. I work in corporate and it's really crazy, guys, and I'm just so over it right now. How I feel, I want to move out the country. You know, I just want to do my own thing, music wise, me and my husband, and work with other artists and stuff like that. But stay tuned. But yes, if you don't know, you will know now. I do have a YouTube channel, and it is slowly growing. Anyway, guys, it's Thursday. Friday is around the corner, which is tomorrow. Listen, if anything, be safe, be sound, be mindful of your surroundings. Just be careful out here. It's just getting real crazy. And don't believe everything you hear on TV. All right? Anything else? Stay tuned for this project I'm working on, with this dope producer. And thank you for liking my pictures and Instagram and social media and mutual supporting, just saying hi and stuff. I appreciate you all for that. And I will see you guys on the next video. And yes, I have a YouTube channel. It's called the iTip Report. Go over to the iTip Report. Subscribe. We have like 300 some people and it's growing. Let's help me get to 400. Spread the word. Share my videos. Record Store Day is coming next month. I have to look into that so I can see, because I missed last year Record Store Day. It got canceled and rescheduled. But yeah, Record Store Day is coming. But check me out on YouTube, and also check out, I'll probably be doing some vocal work on a producer's album. So we will see how that work out. Alright guys, peace. I'm out. And thanks for watching my live.